Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the post notification. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at LollyForever. Follow me on TikTok at LollyForever1. Follow my dog on Instagram, Baby Sammy for Life. For today's video, I figured we would continue 2023 off with a Q&A with questions I came up with. Some of these I have answered so many times, but you're going to see my answers have changed. And some of them I don't know. So, the very first question is, what is my favorite color? My favorite color is rainbow with glitter, but then next to that I would say rainbow, and if you don't count those, then I would say fuchsia. I love fuchsia. It's a pinkish purple. And then my second favorite color is teal. I love like pinks and purple and teals for some reason. Yeah, so second question, how long have I been dancing? The answer to that is I've been consistently dancing for almost 2 years now. And I also did like 6 months dance classes once a week, every Tuesday, for like 1 hour, like back when I was 11, almost 12. But I don't really count that because that was super beginner and that wasn't much. Like, it wasn't much dancing. It wasn't like a professional, like, at a dance studio or anything like that. But it was fun. It was a fun little, like, dance class. And the teacher did do some dancing. She never became, like, a professional, like, dancer or anything that I knew of. But she did have dance experience. And she talented. So, I've been consistently dancing for 1.5 years now. Next question, how old am I? I am 17. I'm 17 years old. So, yeah. Next question, how long have I been singing? This one, I don't really know. I started singing at, like, the end of, like, spring. So, I've been singing for a couple months now, for a while now. But I don't know the exact date or anything like that. I just know that was, like, the end of spring. Like, actually, I think it was more towards the beginning of summer. Yeah, because I was finishing the spring or what. So yeah, like closer to the beginning of summer. Maybe end of spring, I'm not exactly sure. Next question. How long have I dreamed of becoming a pop star? I have dreamed of becoming a pop star ever since I was 11, almost 12 years old. And yeah. So it's been quite a while. Next question, how long have I been training to be a pop star? The answer to that is I've been training to be a pop star for like almost 2 years now, since I started dancing consistently. The next question, what made me want to become a pop star? This one, the answer, I gotta give you the full story, so I'm going to. And so back when I was like 10 years old, well, no, like 10, almost 11, I discovered JoJo Siwa's song Boomerang, and I discovered who JoJo Siwa was. Her music video Boomerang got recommended to me on YouTube, and you should go check it out. It's a really good song. I like it. And it got recommended to me on YouTube, and I watched it, which is very rare for me to watch things from people that I haven't been watching for a while. But I watched it and I loved it, and I watched it quite a few times, and then soon later, a family member who already knew who JoJo Siwa was. We watched a bunch of JoJo Siwa videos, and it was really fun. And that's when I discovered who JoJo Siwa was. And then, when I was 11, almost 12, I discovered Dance Moms, and I discovered that JoJo had been on the show or was currently on the show. I don't really know. But after that, that's also when I discovered who Abby Lee Miller was and who Gianna Martello was or are, who they are. And I discovered one day, I realized after taking a dance class, really, I took the dance class, I enjoyed it, but right before I took the dance class, and I decided I want to become a pop star. It seems really cool and really exciting, and that is how I fell in love with the idea of becoming a pop star. And then over time, I learned a lot more about it and how to become a pop star. With a lot of hard work, a lot of dance classes, a lot of voice lessons, and a lot of just really hard work and really wanting it and going for it. And a lot of taking every opportunity that you get. So, yeah, that's that. And now I love training to be a pop star. The next question, what do I love about training to be a pop star? I love a lot about training to be a pop star. I love the opportunities it has gotten me. It's gotten me quite a few opportunities. I get to dance and take dance classes on Zoom from Abby Lee Miller and Gianna Martello and a bunch of other famous and professionals, and that's really cool. It's gotten me the opportunity becoming an Abby Lee Miller favorite, not trying to brag, but that moment meant so much to me. I thought I was dreaming. I'm gonna tell you the story, even though I told it so many times on the channel. Well, I was doing a dance class. It was a warm-up and stretch dance class on Zoom with Abby Lee Miller on Friday. So, I'm gonna give you the backstory because there is a little bit of a backstory. The week before, on Sunday, I did an ALDC Zoom master class where I did 3 different classes almost, which was a warm-up and stretch with Abby Lee Miller, hip-hop with someone named Melissa. Yeah, Melissa. And I was going to do a lyrical, it was either lyrical or contemporary, I can't remember, but it was a class with Gianna Martello. I said hi to Gianna Martello, then I logged off because of a lot of reasons. First up, I wasn't taking training to be a pop star as serious back then. Me now wouldn't have logged off. But also, family was showing up. Let me explain that things were working out to where some family of mine was going to come over and we were going to have lunch and stuff and just have a fun family day. And originally we thought that I would be done with dance by a certain time, but then we found out that it wasn't our time zone, it was California time zone, and that meant and that it was later for us. So I wasn't done with dance by the time family got to my house. I had one more class with Gianna Martellos. So me being me, I was really excited over family time, and I was also hungry because I hadn't had lunch yet because I was dancing through lunchtime. So for that reason, I logged off. I kind of just said hi to Gianna Martello. I just waved at her and got excited over the fact that I was on Zoom with Gianna Martello. And then I logged off. Well, actually, I didn't know how to work Zoom at the time, so my dad logged me off. He logged off for me. He came in my room and logged off. I was learning, it was like one of my first times ever on Zoom. So, yeah, now I know how to use it. And I went and had family time. So, the next week I was supposed to do classes on Zoom. I was supposed to do a warm up and stretch with Abby Lee Miller, and then a ballet class with, I forget his name. I think it was like Taylor or Tyler, or I forget his name, but with this guy. It was a ballet class with one of the ALDC teachers. And then I was supposed to do a dance mom combo. Actually, that was the week where we learned the prom from season 8 of Dance Moms. There was a national group dance called the prom, and we were learning that number. We were learning like some of that number. And I absolutely love that group dance. I love the choreography, and to this day, I still remember most of the choreography. So, yeah. But Abby was moving at the time. Like, she was moving, and so she couldn't teach that Sunday. It was supposed to be on Sunday. So I did the other two classes, and Gianna Martello did a little warm-up with us. Just a short little warm-up. And then Abby did her class that Friday. And that Friday I took her class and I loved it. I was having fun, and she noticed me for the first time, and I was really excited about that because in the last class I did with her, she didn't notice me, and I wasn't mad about it. I loved that she was making me work hard for it, and she wasn't just being like, oh, I noticed you, Ollie. Like, I liked that I had to work hard to get her to notice me. I love that. Also, I'm loving this kind of good hair day. So, I did her class, and at the end of it, we started talking. And at the end of it, she went around and let everyone, have, 30 seconds or something, or, a quick conversation with her. And when she got to me and it was my turn, I was very excited about it. And, really excited about it. And then we were talking. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I, remember, we were talking, and then all of a sudden, I said how I wish that, my best friend Bella could do it with me sometime. And because that's true. I wish, at the time, I didn't know if Bella was going to be a dancer or not. I still don't know. I still don't know. I know she's not into ballet, but ballet can be boring. So, I don't know, and that's okay. Like, I will say that, like, last year, or, like, like, a while ago, like, I was really big into, like, finding Bella's thing, because when I was 11, almost 12, I, like, knew, like, oh, I want to become a pop star one day, like, I knew, and the thing was, I was forgetting that Bella was not at that age, and also, I was forgetting that not everyone figures things, not everyone figures things that are that big at such a young age. Like, not everyone has that sort of thing figured out at such a young age. And you don't even have to. I just lucked out and I did. And so I'm kind of forgetting that at one point. Because I kept, like, talking with Bella about, like, oh, do you have a thing? Like, I wasn't like, oh, you have to have a thing, but I was really excited to figure out and find out what her thing is. And one day that will happen. One day that will happen. Right now, don't know yet. And that's okay. So, me and Abby started talking, and then we went to the topic of, like, me as a dancer, and she said something, and then she said, and that's why you're a favorite. And because I think I had said something about how I really wanted to win her over, and like she said, and that's why you're a favorite. And I will say, I do not think it was handed to me. I worked hard in that class. I may have been a hot mess in that class because it's a warm-up and stretch, and at the time I was not flexible at all, but I think she didn't care. I think what she cared about was a few things. First up, whether I was a good person or not, which I am. Like, I'll say that, like, I feel like I'm a good person. But I also think she cared about whether I was working hard. Like, she cared about whether I was a good person or not, whether I was working hard and, like, a hard worker, and whether or not I really wanted to make my dreams happen, and also whether or not I was willing to work hard to become an amazing talented dancer. And she also cared about whether I actually dreamed of this. Like, and this is something that I actually love and something that I actually dream about. And I think that's what she was looking for. And I think after having a conversation with me, she realized, well, this is a good person. She clearly loves what she does. She clearly dreams of this and wants to be the best dancer in the class. She may not be the best dancer in the class yet, but she wants to be the best dancer in the class. So, yeah, like, she really, like, saw that. And I don't think it was handed to me. I think she saw that I was working really hard in class. Because that's what I do. So, like, I don't even remember how I got to that. Okay, I'm trying to think now on how I got to that. Like, oh wait, now I remember. Like, okay. And for a minute, I couldn't remember how I got to the topic of becoming an Abby favorite. Like, and then I realized it's because I was talking about, like, why I was talking about, like, why I love training to be a pop star and opportunities it's gotten me. So, another great opportunity that it has gotten me is I got to meet like some famous, I got to meet in two or three, like 2 or 3 people from Dance Moms, like kids on Dance Moms. I'm trying, Hannah. I got to meet Hannah, and I got to meet Presley from Dance Moms. Yeah, and that was really cool. I got to take class with them in it, and they were the assistants for Gianna Martello, and that was a lot of fun, and that was really cool. But dancing and training to be a pop star has also gotten me the opportunity to meet a group of talented pop stars that I look up to so much and are so talented. XOG Pop. I got to meet them because of dance, because of training to be a pop star. Like, I got to meet them on Zoom in a free Saturday dance class that Guy Group was doing, and that was amazing. And that was something that, when I say I cried, I mean I cried that day. I remember that day, and I'm gonna tell the story really quickly. The story is that I saw one day me and my dad were getting lunch. We were getting lunch, and then I went on Instagram and I saw that Guy Group had posted on the Group Interactive Instagram. He posted in the logon information for the free Saturday dance class, like he always does. And it said special guest. It said something, and then it said that XOG Pop was going to be assisting him or something, or taking the class. And I instantly just got really excited, and I thought I was dreaming, and I was really excited, and then I was also kind of thinking in my head, well, how come I haven't woken up yet? Or this is a really good dream. I was thinking something along the lines of oh, it's weird that I haven't woken up yet, or oh, this is a really good dream, and I'm gonna be disappointed when I wake up. And the reason that I was thinking that was I thought I was actually dreaming it. It was too good to be real. And by the disappointing when I wake up, that's because there's times when I'll dream something like that. I'll dream of meeting XOG Pop. I'll dream of meeting in someone famous I look up to, or meeting JoJo Siwa. I'll dream of that stuff, and then I'll wake up and I'll be disappointed that was a dream, and it wasn't a dream. And so I showed my dad, and when I had shown my dad, that's when I realized I'm not dreaming this, because my dad just saw this, because I showed him. I'm not dreaming this. Don't worry, he wasn't driving at the time, we were getting food. So anyways, he's like, oh, that's cool, that's really cool. You're probably excited, and I'm like, yeah. And then Saturday came, and I decided, I'm gonna do some makeup, I'm gonna do a little bit of sparkly makeup with Petite and Pretty makeup, and yeah, because it seems like a fun idea, and why not? Why not? So I did my makeup, and it looked pretty good, and then, and all of a sudden, 30 minutes before Actually, no, closer to 20 minutes. I'll say like 20 minutes. Before it even started, all of a sudden I'm like sitting there, I'm logged on, my camera's turned off, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like thinking about this, and I'm like, I'm actually about to meet XOG Pop on Zoom. Like, what has my life become? Like, that's when I really realized, like, my life has changed a lot because of training to be a pop star, and it changed in such an amazing way. I'm like, before, or I was living like things were good, but now it's like I'm constantly like on Zoom with like professional and famous people, and it's really cool. And it's really cool, and I'm extremely thankful and grateful for this life. And it's really cool to like know that like this is what my life is. And so I was just really excited about this. Like really excited. And so yeah, like I was really excited about this. And so that was really cool. And then I was just thinking about it, like, and all of a sudden the tears started, and I'm like, this is a dream come true. Like, I just got so excited, and then I got very annoyed with myself, and I'm like, you are not gonna cry. You are not gonna cry. You have a full, like, you have makeup, almost a full face of makeup done. It looks nice, it looks decent, and you are not gonna cry. You know how to act professional, even though you're not a professional, but you know enough to, like, act a little more professional and a little more put together. And you are getting ready to do a dance class, and yeah, like, I just didn't want myself to cry. Even though it was a dream come true, like, I told myself, you are gonna pull yourself together, and you're gonna pull yourself together now. Like, I was getting very annoyed with myself, and I don't even remember why. I remember, I remember my makeup looking, like, actually decent, which is pretty good because I'm not a makeup artist, I'm not a professional, and yeah, my makeup looked, like, somewhat decent. And I remember I didn't want to ruin it, and then somehow I did not ruin it. And I pulled myself together, and then when it got like 2 minutes till it was time, the tears started again for like maybe 10 seconds, and then I pulled myself together, and then when it started, like, I was in tears again. So, like, I want to say that day, I was in tears about, I want to say, like, 6 to 7 times. Like, it was quite a bit. And I'm not an emotional person. Like, I have emotions. I feel emotions. But I'm not one to, like, cry, like, too often. And so, it had to be a really big deal. And for me to be in tears. So, yeah. And I got to dance spotlighted on Zoom for XOG Pop that day, and yeah. So, training to be a pop star has given me a lot of opportunity. It's one of the things I love about it. I also love that one of the things that's very important to become a pop star is to stand out, to look different from everyone else. Create your own image, your own look that's different from everyone else. And I just love everything about training to be a pop star. I will say the late nights and the long hours sometimes can be a little bit challenging, but I can handle them pretty well. I'm gonna say peace out. Bye.